People believe pain, stiffness, and constant fatigue are simply signs of getting older. But what if the real cause is not age at all? What if the real cause is something silent, something invisible, something slowly burning inside your body every single day? And that hidden fire is called chronic inflammation. And here is the shocking truth. Turmeric contains natural compounds that can help calm this internal fire before it spreads further. Because inflammation is not just discomfort. Inflammation is biological damage happening quietly beneath the surface. It weakens your muscles, it stiffens your joints, it slows your recovery, and it drains your energy even when you think you are resting. And what makes this more dangerous is that you cannot feel it happening in real time. You only feel the consequences years later when movement becomes harder, when fatigue becomes constant, and when your body stops responding the way it once did. And this is where turmeric becomes more powerful than most people realize. Because turmeric contains curcumin, a natural compound that directly communicates with your body's inflammatory control system, helping it slow down the harmful signals that accelerate aging. And this is not a theory. This is supported by modern scientific research and explained by Michael Greger in How Not to Die, where he reveals that chronic inflammation is one of the primary biological drivers behind most age-related decline. Which means if inflammation continues unchecked, the aging process accelerates faster than normal. But when turmeric is used consistently, it begins to send a different signal to your body, a signal of stability, a signal of protection, a signal that slows the internal damage before it becomes visible. And what makes this even more exciting is how simple this intervention can be, because even half a teaspoon of turmeric daily, taken with food, can begin influencing inflammatory pathways inside your body, gradually reducing stress on your joints, your arteries, and your cells. And over time, this creates a compounding effect, where your body spends less energy fighting internal damage and more energy maintaining strength and repair. And many people never realize this connection. They continue living with constant fatigue and stiffness without understanding the root cause, without realizing that turmeric may be quietly restoring balance at the cellular level. But here is where the story becomes even more critical. Because inflammation does not stop at the joints or muscles, inflammation eventually begins affecting the most sensitive and most important organ in your body, your brain. And when that happens, the consequences become far more serious than most people expect. People never realize that their survival depends on something they cannot see or feel directly, and that is the health and flexibility of their arteries. Because your arteries are not just tubes carrying blood. Your arteries are lifelines delivering oxygen, energy, and repair signals to every organ, every muscle, and most importantly, your heart and brain. And here is the hidden danger as you age. Silent inflammation begins to attack the inner walls of your arteries, making them stiff, narrow, and less responsive. And when arteries lose flexibility, your heart is forced to work harder with every beat, even when you are resting, even when you are sleeping. And this extra strain slowly drains your energy, creates fatigue without explanation, and increases the risk of cardiovascular instability without obvious warning signs. And this is where turmeric becomes far more powerful than most people imagine. Because turmeric contains natural protective compounds that directly calm arterial inflammation, helping blood vessels remain flexible, smooth, and responsive. And when turmeric reduces inflammation inside the arteries, circulation improves, oxygen delivery improves, and the heart no longer has to struggle against silent resistance. And this creates a chain reaction of protection throughout the entire body. And this is not speculation. This is supported by medical research explained by William Li in Eat to Beat Disease, where he explains that natural food compounds like those found in turmeric can directly influence vascular repair, helping protect and stabilize the circulatory system over time. And what makes turmeric even more remarkable is that its effects are gradual but cumulative, meaning consistent daily use of turmeric helps maintain arterial flexibility, reduces internal stress on the heart, and preserves efficient blood flow to the brain and muscles. And many people ignore turmeric because its effects are invisible in the moment. But inside the body, turmeric is quietly supporting circulation, quietly reducing damage, and quietly helping the heart function with less strain. And over months and years, this silent protection can make the difference between constant fatigue and sustained energy, between weakness and resilience, and between accelerated decline and preserved strength. but circulation alone cannot fully protect you, because even when blood flow is strong, your survival ultimately depends on something even more powerful. Something that determines how well your body can defend itself against internal and external threats, and that system is your immune system. People accept joint stiffness as an unavoidable part of aging, but what if the stiffness you feel is not permanent damage? What if it is a silent inflammatory signal that never fully turned off? And what if turmeric has the ability to calm that signal and restore movement freedom slowly and safely? Because the truth is, most joint discomfort does not begin with structural destruction. It begins with microscopic inflammation inside the joint tissues, and this inflammation quietly creates swelling, friction, and stiffness. And over time, this makes simple movements feel harder, standing feels slower, walking feels heavier. And the body begins to lose its natural fluidity, and here is the hidden danger. When joints lose smooth movement, physical activity decreases, muscles weaken, circulation slows, and physical decline accelerates faster than expected, and this loss of movement can silently reduce independence, confidence, and long-term resilience. And this is where turmeric becomes a powerful internal protector. Because turmeric contains natural anti-inflammatory compounds that directly calm the inflammatory signals inside joint tissues. And when turmeric reduces this internal inflammation, the joints experience less swelling, less friction, and greater flexibility, and movement begins to feel smoother, easier, and more natural again. And this is not false hope. This is supported by integrative medicine expert Andrew Weil, who explains that turmeric helps regulate the body's natural inflammatory control systems, allowing the body to protect and stabilize joint tissues more effectively over time. And what makes turmeric truly remarkable is that turmeric does not force artificial change. Instead, turmeric supports the body's own repair intelligence, helping restore balance gradually and safely. And with consistent daily use of turmeric with meals, many people begin to notice less stiffness, improved flexibility, and greater confidence in movement. And this improvement is not instant. But turmeric works quietly in the background, protecting joints, preserving mobility, and slowing the physical decline that many people believe is unavoidable. And turmeric continues working every day to protect the structures that allow you to move freely and live independently. But joint stiffness is only the visible warning sign, because the most dangerous damage often happens silently inside the brain, where turmeric plays an even more powerful protective role. Most people believe aging is something they can see in the mirror, but the real aging process begins deep inside the cells, in places no one can feel and no one can see. Because aging truly begins when cells slowly lose their ability to protect and repair their own DNA, and this damage accumulates silently for years, weakening tissues, slowing organs, and reducing the body's resilience long before symptoms appear. And here is the hidden danger. Once cellular protection weakens, every system in the body becomes more vulnerable. Muscles lose strength faster. The brain loses efficiency faster. The immune system becomes slower, and recovery becomes harder. And this silent cellular decline is the true engine behind physical aging. But turmeric has the ability to interfere with this process at the cellular level. Because turmeric contains powerful protective compounds that support the body's internal defense systems, helping cells neutralize harmful oxidative stress before it damages DNA. And when turmeric supports these protective pathways, cells maintain their stability longer, repair themselves more efficiently, and resist premature decline. And this is not speculation. Longevity physician Peter Attia explains in his work that protecting cellular integrity is one of the most critical factors in extending health span, because when cells remain stable, tissues remain functional. And when tissues remain functional, the body preserves strength, clarity, and resilience longer than expected, and turmeric supports this stability quietly, working behind the scenes to protect the biological blueprint that controls how your body ages. And when turmeric is used daily in small, consistent amounts, it strengthens the cellular environment, allowing the body to maintain repair efficiency and resist accelerated decline. And this means turmeric does not just influence how you feel today. Turmeric influences how your body functions years into the future, protecting the foundation of long-term vitality. But there is a critical mistake most people make, because turmeric only delivers its full protective power if your body can absorb it properly. And the truth is, most people use turmeric in a way that prevents their body from unlocking its true cellular protection potential. Towards the end, people think that simply adding turmeric to food is enough to receive its benefits, but the shocking truth is that turmeric alone is poorly absorbed by the body. And this means most people consume turmeric for years without ever activating its true biological power, because without proper absorption, the protective compounds in turmeric pass through the body with limited effect. And this creates a dangerous illusion of protection, while cellular damage, inflammation, and aging continue silently in the background. And this is where the real secret changes everything. Because turmeric requires specific supporting nutrients to unlock its full potential, and when turmeric is combined with black pepper, its absorption increases dramatically. Because black pepper contains a natural compound that allows turmeric to remain active in the bloodstream longer, giving the body time to use its protective signals. And when turmeric is also combined with healthy fats such as olive oil, nuts, or warm milk, its absorption increases even further because turmeric is fat-soluble, and fats help transport turmeric into cells where it can activate repair and protection systems. And this transforms turmeric from a simple spice into a powerful biological activator. And researcher Rhonda Patrick explains that nutrient absorption determines biological effectiveness, meaning the body can only benefit from what it can properly absorb and use. And when turmeric is used correctly, it begins sending protective signals throughout the body, supporting cellular repair, calming inflammation, protecting the brain, strengthening circulation, and stabilizing immune defense. And the daily protocol is simple but powerful. Use half a teaspoon of turmeric daily with a pinch of black pepper, and combine it with a healthy fat source such as olive oil, warm milk, or food containing natural fats, and consistency is the key, because turmeric works by gradually strengthening internal protection systems over time, and this reveals the truth most people never realize. Turmeric is not just a spice. Turmeric is a biological signal, and when used consistently and correctly, turmeric can activate dormant protection systems inside your body that help preserve strength, stability, and resilience as the years pass. And if you found this information valuable, make sure to like this video, share it with others who deserve to protect their health, and subscribe to the channel.